right, you guys requested a video of me removing and applying the red aspen nails. So right now I am just soaking them in some warm soapy water. I have had them in there for probably about 3 minutes. So I'm just going to give it another minute or so. I'm going to take them out and apply a little bit of cuticle oil, and then I'm going to stick them back in. So this is the process I do every time I do my nails. I've been using the red aspen nails for over a year at this point. No, 3 years. Duh. I have been using them for about 3 years. Actually, more than that. March of 2020 was a year that I started using these. So I'm a pro at the red aspen nails at this point, but I will show you just how easy it is to use them, everything that you get with them. So in case you're just jumping on, I'm just soaking this current set. I've had it on for 6 days. It very clearly could have gone another week or so, but I always get a little tired of the color after about 5-6 days. So I like to change mine out a little more often, but there are plenty of people who will wear them, you know, up to 12-14 days. So now that my nails have soaked a little bit, I'm going to take some of our cuticle oil and use this all around the sides of the nail just so that it can kind of soak in to help break down some of that glue. And it'll soak in where the nails have started to lift. Because after about, you want to at least keep a set on for, I'd say, at least 5 days. Otherwise, it can be really tough to get them off. And you don't want that glue to damage your nail. So it's usually about day 5 or 6 that the glue will actually start, God, it's so hot in my house, will start breaking down a bit. You can usually still get another 10 days or so out of that, but I normally like to take mine off. So that's just my preference. So I'm going to let these soak for just another like 20-30 seconds, and then I'll show you the next step. Have any of you guys, oh look, one of them using the cuticle oil does help to kind of pop them off if they're starting to get loose. Have any of you guys that are on here used the nails yet? I would love to know some of y'all's experience with them. I can't even tell you how much money I've saved using these for the last 3 years. All right. Now I'm going to take, this is a nail removing tool that we have. They're super inexpensive. You get a pack of like 10 for, I think it's like $6. And it almost looks like a little floss pick. I'm going to take it from the back of the nail and just kind of shimmy it right off. So you're not having to pull and rip your nail. It's just like a little floss stick, but it's curved so it can go in behind. This one might need to soak a little bit longer. Oh, there we go. And you just kind of shimmy it back and forth. Bada boom. Now they won't just, a lot of people ask, well, what if I use, you know, what if my hands are in water a lot? You know, are they going to just fall off? No. You can see just by soaking them, they didn't just fall off. You do have to use a little bit of tension to get them off. And then that's why I like to use the cuticle oil, because it kind of soaks in and helps them, that oil getting underneath kind of helps to lift them a little bit. There we go. Just going to give them a quick little cleaning in this soapy water. And now the question is, I have two kind of similar ones, but they've always been two of my favorites. Should I go with Winnie and White Sands, which is this kind of creamy nude, or should I do On Point Bryn, which is kind of a light pink? It's like a pastel pink. Should I go more creamy or more pink? Let me know what y'all think. Now that I have those off, I am going to put just a little cuticle oil on my nails, and then I'll wipe them again, but And I'm going to take just a buffer. Just break down any of that old glue. Each set comes with a buffer as well. Comes with glue. So we have a vote for pink. I'm kind of sticking with shorts lately. I've been wearing the mediums a lot for a long time, but every time I put on another short set, I always forget how much I love the short style. I need some votes, y'all. Pink or this kind of creamy nude. Hi, Kelsey. While you guys are writing in, I'm just gonna, all of these tools, by the way, are available on my site under tools, and they're all really inexpensive. Give them another rinse. Okay. All right, I think pink might be our winner then. Anybody want to chime in here? Pink or nude? This is the pink. This is kind of the nude creamy color. This one more is like a pastel pink. We also have cuticle remover. I use this like every couple of times, probably every 3 or 4 times I do my nails. It's amazing. And then you can just use one of our little cuticle sticks to push back the cuticles, and you will be able to see them. You get off quite a bit of cuticle junk. Okay. I guess we're going with pink if no one wants to vote. You guys are quiet on me now. Is everybody awake? Get my stuff situated here. Send some hearts if you're awake. Like, do you guys have your sound on? Okay, we have 1 pink nude, 1 vote pink, 2 votes pink, 1 vote nude. I know it's a Saturday, y'all, but we gotta get up and get with it. All right, I guess we're going pink. So when you open your set, you will have everything you need. Ton of nails, all different sizes. They're not all different sizes. There's multiples of each size, but they're all, several sizes. So like the thumb, for instance, we have 4 different thumb sizes in here. I wear the second to the smallest. So one of the biggest things I get is my thumb is the size of like most people's toenail. We have that. I can actually use the bigger thumbnails on my toenails. So that's how my mom is too. If you have really big nail beds, it's cool. We got you. It comes with your nail file and buffer. It's double-sided. Comes with a cuticle stick and then comes with your glue. You might have also seen a lot of girls like to use the brush-on glue. That is totally optional. It does make application a little bit easier for people that can't really get down. The glue can be tricky at first because you're like, am I using too much? Am I not using enough? So a lot of people do prefer the brush-on glue. I prefer, it's the same glue, but I just tend to prefer this one unless I'm wearing a set that has a clear base, because this one will help alleviate any kind of bubbles or where you can see the nail underneath. So I'm just going to go in, file, and buff down my nails a little bit. I think I put too much stuff in the washer. And then I'm going to take my cuticle stick and just kind of push back. Again, I will use my cuticle remover, the gel, every couple of sets. So I don't use it every single time because it really does prevent your cuticles from building up as, as thick as they were the time you used it. Now, I'm going to start gluing here in a second. You can also use, what I'm doing right now, I have a little spot where the glue is kind of built up and the buffer didn't get it off, so I'm just kind of picking it off with the cuticle stick. And I will say, you know, a good rule of thumb is to give your nails a break, you know, I'd say every 3 or 4 sets at least. Give them like 3 or 4 days, 3 to 5 days to just kind of breathe, just like you would with acrylics or gel nails. Your nails still need a little bit of time to breathe, get some oxygen. So probably after I do this set, I'll give my nails another 4 to 5 day break before applying another set. So I'm going to take I can pretty much eyeball them at this point, but they are numbered. So when you're applying, you can kind of test out which ones are going to be good for which finger. And then you can lay them out in that order. Like I said, I'm pretty, you know, I can basically eyeball them at this point. I've been wearing them for so long. So what I do is I like to drop a good size dot of glue in the middle. Then I turn the glue to the side and kind of just spread it around. I'm going to show you guys, this is the best way to apply your nails. This is how they're going to last. So those of you guys that are like, I tried them, they popped off. I tried them, they wouldn't stay on. Try this method and just trust me. You got to take a little more time, but it's worth it. So little dot in the middle, and then I use the side to kind of smear that around, making sure the whole nail is covered. Now, if you want them to last a long time, like 12, 14 days, you can also add glue to this side of the nail, to the fake nail. I like to change mine, like I said, more often. So I'm not going to do that because I don't want to use more glue than necessary. So I am going, see, look, we have this size for a thumb, which is basically like 2 of my thumbs. So if you have big toenails or big thumbnails and you're worried they won't fit, we got you. Now, these nails are curved. They use a curved mold. So you're going to just push it right back into your cuticle. The numbered side, these are all numbered. The numbered side will face out away from your cuticle. Now, here's the important part. For those of you guys that are like, I've tried them and they don't work. You're going to push down in the center, and then you're going to rock your thumb kind of back and forth. That's going to get out any of those air bubbles that get stuck underneath. If you've ever experienced with press-on nails, like a green tint to your nails when taking them off, all that is where air or water has gotten trapped underneath, and then the water from washing your hands and stuff has gotten trapped in that air bubble. It will come off. Your fingers aren't ruined, but that is what that is. Now, press firmly. And when I say firmly, I mean, you can see my thumb like turning red. And I do that for a good, 10, 15, 20 seconds. But the key here is going to be rocking that back and forth. So the glue is getting distributed and you're pressing out any potential air bubbles that might get stuck underneath. Because think about like a, trying to think, like a bubble. If you have something on top of this glue, if there's an air bubble in it, it's going to keep growing and growing until, and then the nail flies off, right? So next, same thing, dot in the middle here, and then I kind of spread it around. Get my next nail. Same thing, I'm just going to push it towards my cuticle, press down in the middle, and then rock back and forth. You could do these, car rider line. I do them all the time just while we're watching TV. Love my red aspen. Just got my chrome sets today. Yay! Mine are still on the way. You must live closer than I do because mine are still on the way, but the chrome sets are so hot. Okay, next. And like I said, the more you wear them, you'll be able to start kind of putting them on without having to check numbers every time. You can basically just eyeball it. But when you're just starting, it is a good idea to kind of use the numbers to guide you. Same thing, pushing towards my cuticle, pressing down in the middle, dot, 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 dot. We do have petite sizes too, for those of you with tiny, tiny hands, tiny nail beds. They are, we created them for younger girls, tweens. My friend Kate and Savannah, their girls love these. So anytime I have some extra petites, I'll gift them to the girls. But they even fit, like one of my best friends, Megan, has the tiniest nail beds I think I've ever seen in my entire life. And she has to wear the petites. We don't have a ton of style options in the petites yet, but it is something we're working on. So just continuing that process down the line. Press in the middle, tilt back and forth, get out any air bubbles. That was my fucking funny bone. Ugh. By the way, while I'm doing this, you guys always want to be updated on what I'm reading. Right now, I am reading 0 Days by Ruth Ware. I don't love it, but I do love Ruth Ware, and this is the only book so far that I've been like, so I'm still going to finish it. But I am listening to is it the last one left or the only one left? I think it's the only one left. It is so good. So, so good. I'll share it again on my story. I've shared it a few times, but it's by Riley Sager, and it is fabulous. I've read a lot of his books and listened to a lot of his books. This is by far one of my favorites. So look at that. Done. That easy. I do my other hand. Y'all feel free to ask questions or, share what you love about the nails, or if you've never tried them. I would love to. I don't come live very often on Instagram, so try to get on here and chat with you guys when I am online. Or I am on a live. You know what's funny is one of my thumbnails is kind of smaller than the other. My right thumb is a little bit smaller than the other, so sometimes I do go down. I don't know. It's like, it depends on the set. Weirdly enough, because they're the same, but I feel like sometimes I use a size 2, like I normally do, and sometimes I'll go up to a 3 for my right thumb. Some days it's just bigger than others. I don't know. It's weird. But I love that I have those options. And like I mentioned, a lot of girls will use the biggest thumb set, the size 0, because like I said, I mean, that's almost 2 of my nail. So you could use that on your big toe, and you could even do like a little petty mix up with these. So dot, lay on the side, distribute. We're going to a baseball game tonight. It's like our minor league team. I don't want to go at all. It's going to be so hot. And with me not drinking, I mean, I might have to drink tonight because fuck that. But I don't know. I don't really have as much of an urge to drink, so maybe I'll get a wild hair tonight because I do not feel like sitting in the heat all night. Maybe it'll cool down some, hopefully. So press, roll back and forth. I did want to mention too, let's say you discover you've used a little bit too much glue and it's coming out the side. Don't try to wipe it off. Take your cuticle stick and kind of just wipe gently, or I'll take it and just wipe it on my shirt or my pants or something. Because if you try to wipe it off, it's going to get stuck on the top of the nail. And that's what I just did. Which, I mean, you can't really tell on this set. But there are some sets you can tell on. If that happens, you can use like an avocado oil or lemon oil and put that on there, and it should break it down some. I was going to say, I have one customer, and I couldn't think of who it was. Is it you, Athena, that uses a magnifying glass? Okay, so here's a perfect example. Look, hold on. Let me push this down first. But you can see there's a little bit of glue. I don't know if you can see that coming out the side. But instead of trying to wipe it, I'm just leaving it for a second. Take my cuticle stick. And just gently pull it off. There we go. The numbers are really tiny. I mean, it's hard for me to see them sometimes. These are so pretty. They're just like very chic. Very, very chic. Okay. Two more nails left. And you guys can shop the nails. There is a Red Aspen link. If you go up to my bio and click the milkshake link, there is a Red Aspen link there. Or you can go to my stories, or you can just DM me and I will send it to you. So, and these are 14 bucks. 14 bucks. So I can change my nails 4 times. I can change my nails every week for what I was paying one time at the nail salon. That would last me 2 weeks. And on top of that, I usually, before I left, was like already regretting my color. And then was like, oh no, now I have to wait before I can change it. And this is just so much easier. And I don't mean to sound bratty, but I hate sitting at a nail salon. I like getting my toenails done. But I used to hate sitting at a freaking nail salon. It takes forever. I'm like, I'm not comfortable in those chairs. And then you leave and you're like, I don't know if I like this color anymore. And then you got to pay like $120. And sometimes I'll wipe the glue back away from my nail on my fingers. Yeah, you can do that too, because you can get it off your fingers. So I'm going to give all these just a nice press again. I'm telling you, if you use this method that I'm showing you, press, rock back and forth, and press firmly for like a good 15-20 seconds, you will have a much better experience with them. If you have had, you know, not a great experience with them so far, they take a little bit of, there's kind of a bit of a learning curve. But once you get it, I mean, I could do these with my eyes closed. And I have plenty of friends that use them, like I said, school pickup line, sitting out at their kids', you know, softball game or soccer game, and it's costing them a fraction. They're getting more of their time back, and it's costing them a fraction of what they were spending to get their nails done in a salon. So it's just a win-win-win-win all around. So I'm going to keep my little box. I like to just put everything back in case I do have any pop off. I'll have all my extras. And you could even just, if you put your lid back on like this, you could just throw this in your purse, or if you're going on a vacation, throw them in your bag, just so you have them in case you do have a pop off. And then you just glue it right back on. So there we go. My set is done. Gorgeous. And I can change them anytime within the next, you know, I can leave them on. I'm going to leave them at least 5 days, but I can change them at any time from, you know, day 6 to day 14 and get a new color. So hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it was helpful. Let me know if you need a link to shop, or again, you can head to the Red Aspen link in my milkshake bio, and just know that all of your orders are so excuse me, so appreciated. They really do mean the world to me. So thank you guys for all of you that continue to support me. And okay, I will send you a link, or if you just message me, I can send it to you there. Either way. All right, guys, have a great night. Happy weekend.